everyone, my name's Joy. I make videos on facial paralysis, so if you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe down below. So today I'm going to be talking about eating hacks I have with a facial paralysis. If you are uncomfortable eating in front of other people, or it is difficult for you even to eat by yourself, cut your food into smaller pieces. So cut a piece of food into the size that you would normally take a bite out of, and then cut that piece in half. This will allow you to have more control over your mouth when you are chewing and less of a chance that food will fall out of your mouth, and it will also help you close your mouth all the way when you are chewing. If you are in a situation and you're eating something like a sandwich or a burrito, it's harder for you to have less control over, then I suggest holding a napkin over your face when you are eating. This helps you to not have to show the other person everything that you have in your mouth. And as soon as you take the bite, you realize you have food all over your mouth, or you took too big of a bite and you can't close your mouth all the way. It allows you to hide it for a little bit and then wipe it away very quickly. Also, you can practice eating in front of a mirror. This is just a good exercise to make you more comfortable with eating in public and around people. To avoid biting the inside of your cheek, you really want to make sure that you are taking those smaller bites. Don't put so much food in your mouth. Eat slower, don't eat so fast. A lot of times if we're hungry, we just want the food in our mouth and into our stomach. Just really take your time with food. So the more time that you take to really chew your food and swallow your food, the less of a mess you're gonna make, and the more confident you are gonna be eating in public and around other people. You really wanna take a moment to swish water around in your mouth. This really will clear all the food out of your mouth, because especially since we have our cheeks sitting up against our teeth, food really can get stuck and caught on there. Really make sure you get all the residue out from around your cheek, and doing this in public, just a quick swish around your mouth, isn't that noticeable at all. Some foods that I really have a problem with eating are smoothies, and it seems like it should be easy, but it's hard for me to make that circle face with my mouth, to put my mouth on the large smoothie straws. If the smoothie is so thick, then you can get rid of the straw and just substitute it with a spoon. So I tend to get salads over sandwiches and bowls over burritos. So burritos and sandwiches, it's much harder for me to control the amount, the bite that I take, and it's also hard for me to get my mouth that wide to take that kind of bite, and it always ends up messy. So soups is another thing that can kind of be deceiving, because you think if you have a facial paralysis, there's no chewing involved, you can limit the amount of food that you're putting on the spoon. It sounds pretty easy. If the soup is too watery, then it will just dribble right out of your mouth. You really want to make sure that the soup you're ordering has a little more substance to it, so it's a little bit thicker. So more of a heartier, creamier soup are easier to keep in your mouth. If you're going to a restaurant and want to order like a protein as your main dish, ordering fish over chicken and steak is easier. Fish really melts in your mouth, it cuts really easily, and there's not a lot of chewing involved, whereas beef and chicken are very chewy and you really have to concentrate on chewing them. Foods that are too crunchy also take a long time to chew and can fatigue your mouth, such as foods like carrots. So carrots are really crunchy, you have to chew it a lot. But with that being said, I tend to chew my foods mostly on my left side. My right side, because I have had a lot of surgery done, my doctors told me that chewing too much on that side will really kind of pull my face down even more. Since my nerve is completely damaged, I really cannot move anything in my face, so I really just have to be careful to not undo any of the work that I have had done. Now, if you have Bell's Palsy, that is a different story. You probably want to chew a little bit on this side to kind of keep those muscles moving a little bit. One thing that my doctors did tell me at the beginning of my facial paralysis, when they thought there was a chance that it could come back, was to practice chewing gum on my paralyzed side. So what this does is it kind of gets your muscles moving a little bit. You do want to be careful with this because chewing gum all day is really going to fatigue those muscles. So you really want to be conscious of how many times a day you're chewing gum or chewing on that side. That being said, if you do have more of a permanent facial paralysis or you've had a lot of work done on your paralyzed side, I do suggest not really chewing that much on this side, really focusing on your side that is not paralyzed. Because if you do chew too much on your paralyzed side, you can be undoing some of the work that you've had done. These are just some of the things that have helped me having a facial paralysis. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe down below. Thank you.